about until San Bernardino.
Right.
When I was listening to the
MRAPs are called too, I guess, military.
MRAP, yeah. No, it's mine resistant.
Oh, that's right.
Assault.
Armored personnel carrier or something.
Yeah. What the hell does it stand for? So anyway,
it stands for badass.
So what I thought was pretty awesome, and it was really interesting, is that they had this guy Gavin Siem or something.
I don't know.
Was live streaming a phone call with
some of the people that
were there,
yeah.
And then some other people.
Well, yesterday they had negotiated that they would surrender at like 8 or 9 o'clock
in the morning. They were waiting for
Pacific time.
Reverend Franklin Graham,
yeah.
Franklin Graham.
I think that's Billy Graham's son, although I'm not positive.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
Whatever,
but I wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. So anyway, he showed up. They didn't really let him
idea.
in, but it was interesting.
We could get Steve on that in our engineering room.
There was a lot of yelling, a lot of negotiating, that sort of thing.
Well, it was pretty much done by this morning.
For the most part, three of them
they
went
left peacefully.
Yep.
And they went out.
They went out. Thought they got what they were going to get without getting killed. Nobody got killed. And
that was good.
To my surprise, the one guy just stayed back, right?
And actually, I actually saw some of the sheriff's deputies actually shake people's hands when they came out. So I don't, it was like, okay, it's over.
Well, they said it was, they were gentle. They were pretty
cordial.
Yeah, cordial. That's a good word.
Yeah. Except for one.
Except for, David Fry, right, who had become pretty much the most popular one of the whole event, other than the Bundys and the Ammons.
Did online blogs, I guess, or YouTube.
A lot of live streaming during this whole event. He kind of became the face of the whole thing. He's like 27
or 6, a year old guy from Ohio.
Yeah, you can't trust people in their 20s, so
no,
this
you
is
can't.
all ridiculous. But
well, they're idealistic.
Yeah, I know. It's horrible.
It's beaten out of you by your 40s.
Is it?
Yes, you're pretty much okay.
Yeah, he decided to stay back, and he was.
When you're in your late 50s, some people just say, "Screw it, I give up."
Yeah, does that happen, Brian?
Yes, it does. It really does.
But he decided this was his last stand. He had enough of government corruption.
It was the New Hampshire logo, "Live free or die" kind of thing.
He did say
liberty or death.
Liberty or death is what he was saying, and he didn't see any way to get liberty.
He kept talking about his grievances were not being heard.
No, not that. That's the thing that confused me. He did say that a couple times, but usually he was saying his grievances were not addressed. Right. So first he was saying you didn't hear me, and then they're saying, well, we're live streaming it to 50,000 people. Everybody heard you. Then he's saying, well, no, they're not. They're not being addressed. Right. I'm not leaving, and this was his first demand.
And the two people we want to say there's a woman there too, because
it's the guy Chris Ann. Right?
Chris Ann. She's an attorney from Oregon who had a nice viral on YouTube speech about this. I don't know, a month ago maybe.
Yeah.
She was there. She's a radio personality. She's a constitutional law attorney and instructor, professor. She was there in the negotiations as well. So, and she was a pretty cool head. I thought she did a pretty good job.
Especially towards the end when it got pretty hairy. But, yeah, so his first demand was, I'm not coming out until you promise me that part of my taxes won't go to fund abortions anymore. Right. Which, that may be a noble cause, but to think that the FBI... first of all, can do that, and that they're going to.
Well, he should have said, I want to talk to the Treasury Department,
right.
What is it? The IRS. I want to talk to the IRS.
Yeah, so then that went on a while, and then he lowered his demands big
that's
time.
what happens,
Right.
And what I wrote you and I were communicating via text messaging during this, and I said, his adrenaline rush is coming down.
Yeah.
Because before it was really like, they're going to have to kill me. They're going to have to kill me.
Well,
they're going to have to kill me.
Or he said he was feeling suicidal.
Yeah.
And mentioned a few times.
But yeah.
Well, it was around this time. He said that pretty quickly, actually. His next demand was that they guarantee him protection in prison. He was worried about being raped in prison, which is a valid concern, but I think he lowered the bar quite a bit on his demands. And then a little...
they told him, too. They said... guys like patriots don't get raped in prison.
No, the other prisoners, when they find out that you don't support the system either,
it didn't leave you alone.
They agree.
Yeah.
Then he skyrocketed with his demands and asked for a pizza.
Yeah.
And they were like, we can't do that.
We can't do that.
Let's go back to talk about the tax things.
A helicopter and $1 million in cash. We can do it.
They actually did offer to get him a pizza.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I don't think they got him a pizza.
I think that would have been easy to do, but
yeah, I mean, so that
I don't think Domino's delivers 60 miles, which is where the
because this was in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
and that, I mean, it went on for a while, right? A couple hours.
The whole thing did, yeah. From the time he was supposed to the time where he actually did. So, it was back and forth, and it was pretty tense. And they brought Jesus in. What would Jesus do? And he said he's not a Christian. He's a Judaist or something. You know,
I'm not sure what
Yahweh and Yah and I'm telling Nate, I go, oh, don't bring Jesus in. He dies in the end.
Yeah,
it's not good. You know,
yeah.
They're telling, well, Jesus paid taxes and the Romans did abortions. I don't know if they did, but
yeah, right. But
they probably did.
I mean, it was really interesting because this started out, and all morning and last night I was listening to the live stream. It was the discussion was about how the FBI was in the wrong, the federal government was in the wrong, and we're here standing against the federal government. And then when he stays back and starts talking about being suicidal,
right,
the whole tone of the conversation on the phone call changed to a negotiation with a suicidal man.
Right.
Right. Don't even mention the FBI anymore, really, that are still out there.
Or Jesus.
Well, they did
Maybe.
of. They did because
what would Jesus do?
Yeah, and God didn't give you the authority to take your own life and that sort of thing. But it turned into, I mean, and I think Gavin and Chris Ann did a pretty darn good job because I don't think they're trained.
They're not trained in this
for this sort of thing. It went on for a long time.
I will say, let me add too. I mean, during this, in the background, you could hear the bullhorn from the FBI,
right?
Where they're yammering at him too. So he's hearing that. He's hearing people in the crowd. I think he's hearing the people on the phone with him. He's getting voices yelled at him from all different directions. So
which might not have helped, or it might have. It might have kept him distracted. Maybe. I don't know, but
I think it
anyway, eventually he
wanted his last demand was
that he'll come out if they all yell hallelujah.
Yeah.
And they did.
And as he was starting to, he said, and I'm going to have a cigarette.
And some cookies.
And some cookies. And you can hear him eating some cookies. Because I'm coming out now. And they went, hallelujah, David, hallelujah.
Yeah.
And the police says, put your hands behind your back.
Yeah.
Click, click. And you have any guns or ammo on you? No.
And now he's in prison and
hopefully not being raped. That's not funny.
No, it isn't
rape
funny.
Rape is never funny. My daughter tells me rape is never funny.
Okay. Thanks for sharing.
I think that's probably true.
Yeah, I think it's mostly true.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that
peaceful ending.
That whole thing's done, and it really,
died.
I'm surprised.
It'll be interesting now to see what charges will go forward. How their trials will go. They've got fundraisers out there. If you want to help, you can go online. I don't know what the address is, but you just probably put, fund. They have, if you want to donate money for their legal defense, all that stuff is out there if you want to help.
I will tell you, though, I don't think it's going to start any revolution or really do much of anything.
No, but
it did wake some people up, and 50,000 people were listening last night.
Yeah, and more will hear about it. And, the social media is abuzz with it, and Twitter's abuzz with it, and Facebook, it's going to get around. And it's a piece guy And you can imagine, I'm thinking like a John Brown. This guy in Kansas in 1850s, that has a little shootout, kills some federal or sheriffs or whatever, and in the middle of nowhere, out in the middle of, the Kansas territory, well, I don't even know if it was a state then, there's this isolated incident, and they're still talking about him, 160 years later.
Yeah, but it's not Lexington.
Well, no, it's not. But what I'm saying is it's something that will – I was trying to think of how it will be related.
Yeah, sure. Now. So, but I haven't heard it get compared to that, right? It gets compared to Lexington, which is absolutely wrong. It gets compared to Waco, which may be closer, except that didn't happen.
Ruby Ridge?
That didn't happen either. Right? It was peaceful. No. In Oregon, you didn't have a situation like you did in Waco or Ruby Ridge, right? Nobody died. Robert,
one did.
He died. Justified or not, I don't know. Right? It's impossible to tell. Lavoie, that's it.
Yeah, there was a death involved, and I was hoping it wouldn't happen.
No, absolutely.
No, it's not the magnitude of those other things, but it's those types of incidents.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, it's not going to help the government.
I just don't think
it's not going to help the government.
You don't think so?
No.
You don't think so? You don't think it was just a bunch of crazy gun-owning militia guys?
I think I just read somewhere that the number of people joining Michigan militias now has increased like twofold.
Because of Oregon?
In the last few weeks.
Okay.
So we'll see. Now, not all of them will stay.
I mean, it might be because Bernie Sanders won New Hampshire primary.
Well, we're going to talk about that in a little bit, too. But we're getting close to a break. We got a couple minutes yet.
Let's take a break.
All right, let me do the trivia. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I've done this one before. I may have, but, our listeners, they probably don't remember. Which president was the only president that was divorced? Did I do that one?
Oh, no, I don't know if you did, but I don't remember.
Yeah, your hero, so we'll leave it at that.
Yes. Okay. That's
right.
it?
That's it. We'll see you in a couple minutes.
Freedom to live the life she wants.
I was working as a corporate executive. I never had time with my family. Then I got downsized. I decided I was never going to work for anyone again. What I like about this is I get to be my own boss, work at home around my family, and provide a great lifestyle.
Go to income51.com for free information today. That's income51.com. Start earning great money as soon as next week. That's income51.com. Income51.com.
Did you ever look at the stains in your coffee cup and then realize that's exactly what happens to your teeth? Paraswabs is the 5-minute solution to get your teeth white without visiting the dentist. This is John Greenhut, the CEO of Paraswabs. And if your teeth are stained from coffee, tea, or smoking, all it takes is 5 minutes with Paraswabs. In 5 minutes, you'll see an average of 2 shades whiter teeth, and in 7 days, 6 shades. It's clinically proven to whiten natural teeth as well as caps and veneers. The secret is a tooth detergent that was developed by Dr. Martin Ginniger that lifts stains off of your teeth. Best of all, there's no messy strips or trays that you have to leave in your mouth for an hour. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you're done. To try Paraswabs risk-free, call 1-800-679-0476. That's 1-800-679-0476. I guarantee your bright white smile will have your friends talking about how great you look. Try it risk-free today. 1-800-679-0476. That's 1-800-679-0476.
Hi, this is Jeff Carlisi from the band 38 Special. The mainstream media has failed the American people once again. Internet radio networks like Red State Talk Radio will not fail you. Tune in 24 hours a day. Studios A and B. Great conservative programming around the clock. Red State Talk Radio, the dominant force in Internet conservative talk radio.
Here's George Foreman with InventHelp.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been helping inventors for more than 30 years and has sales offices nationwide. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. If you have an idea and want to try to patent it and submit it to companies, you should call InventHelp today for free information.
Listen, I can't guarantee a company will be interested in your idea, but I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
To get your free inventor's information, call 1-800-353-4716. That's 1-800-353-4716. Again, 1-800-353-4716.
From now on, the only people you need to listen to are these guys.
All right, ready? Now? Is this on? The mic's on. It's hot, Mike? All right, now. All right, here we go. All right. When I have nothing to do, and I mean absolutely nothing to do, I'll listen to the Ad Odd Show with Nate and Brian. There, how was that? Because that's all I'm going to do. No, I'm not going to say they're funny. They're not funny. I'm not going to say they're smart. They're definitely not smart. I'm done. That's all I'm going to do. Okay. Now, Can I have my cookie?
I love cookies.
He got a cookie.
Yeah.
Dave Fry liked